Hey friends, this is Reverend Jerry, the People's Priest, aka Father Jerry, and today I am coming to you with your Monday Musings. At the beginning of 2024, I preached at a local congregation, and I preached on the question, are you all in? And my sermon text was the story of Lazarus. In Lazarus, the story of Lazarus, Jesus comes and is placed in this situation where he has to confront this crowd who has all this resentment, this anger, this bitterness, this jadedness towards him. And they say to him, what are you going to do? Lazarus has been in there for 3 days. His body probably smells by this point. And he says, do you not believe I am the resurrection? And has this exchange. And then in the midst of this moment, Jesus, for some reason, as he prepares to perform this miracle, he goes inward and he takes time to pronounce a prayer. And in that moment of inward looking, he finds the courage to then be able to say, Lazarus, come out. And Lazarus comes from the tomb and he tells the people to go and unbind him. What I think about this story that's so special and important for us is I think these are the 3 steps to living a miraculous life. When we are all into the life that is unfolding before us, we discover that there is power and that miracles are possible in every single moment. The first step that we have to do when we are all in, when we are committed to this life, is to be able to stand firm in the midst of the moment, find some internal courage, and then from that, pronounce a word of liberation in the midst of the moment that you find yourself in. The second step is to be able, like Lazarus, to hear the voice of the one who calls you forth into living a courageous life, to living a life that's holistic, that's engaging, that calls you into a way of being that's dynamic. And then the third part, which I think is the most important part, is we must be the ones who take responsibility for unbinding ourselves and those around us in our community so that folks can learn to live a liberated life. Because so many of us deal with shame, anxiety, fear of intimacy, and these are all very real things. But we also, too, live with the desire to be free from them. However, even when we make the conviction to hear the voice that calls us out into a new life, and we step out in faith to live that new life, we still find that our familiarity with our bondage keeps us from fully living that new life. So if we are able to bring good people around us who take responsibility for our role and our place in the community and says, let me help you be unbound, then the fullness of the miracle can take place. I think if we learn to live and practice a faith like this, these 3 steps, we will be able to be a more miraculous population, miraculous people, and some really beautiful, liberating things could take place. So remember, dear friends, that life is short and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who journey with us. So be swift to love, make haste to be kind, and remember this day and every day that you have the authority to practice the miracles.
Monday Musings is a weekly reflection series brought to you by Reverend Jerry Maynard, the People's Priest, and produced by C&G Communications. For a small donation of $25 per month, you can be listed as a podcast sponsor. For more information, please visit revjerrymaynard.org and click on the People's Priest podcast under the Media tab.